Before you leave, if you haven't, we would like for you to sign in each session so that we know who had come to each of the different sessions that we have online. We do have folks that are Zooming in, so from possibly other campuses or even our campus, so just to be aware. If you ask a question, we would try to have that at the very end, but I will try to re-emphasize the question so that we pick that up on the video, okay? I do want to point out what I have up here is a resource that is system-wide. It's called the keeplearning.umsystem.edu, and there are different links. So there are resources for instructors, there are resources for students, and then there's also resources for staff. The staff one is going to be the last one that is uploaded, but it will eventually be there. This is a collaboration system-wide, so everyone's moving to the online platform, okay? How many have used Zoom before? Okay, there are a few. All right, and when you used Zoom before, you were using it with mst.zoom.us, okay? The whole Zoom platform is moved to System. And so I'm going to take you through how to get to there, and we'll go from that. All right? Can everybody hear me in the back? I want to make sure that you can hear. Okay, good. Oop, wrong one. Okay, so I'm assuming you know how to get to Canvas. If you don't, then the next session after, you should probably go to the Canvas and check this out. But I'm going to show you how to get to Canvas. You're in Canvas. You're going to go to your dashboard and then your actual course, okay? And over here on the left-hand side of your course, you will see all the things that you are able to use in Canvas. If you don't see, US System Zoom, then you're going to need to go to Settings. I'll slow down because some people might want to write this down. Settings, and then Navigation. And the distinguished part here is anything above where I'm showing you here is viewable to students if there's something in there. For instance, I know I have Zoom already up there, but I'm going to go through that. So like modules, if you have something in the modules, students will see it. If you have something in assignments, students will see that in the course. But what we want to do is I'm going to pull this down. And so usually it will show up down here unless you've already moved it. So let me find Zoom. Zoom in is here. You're going to take it and go above here. I'm going to put it up here by the home page. And I'm then going to scroll down to save.
Do you have to put that up there or you can stay where it is?
Well, if it's below this line, students won't see it. Okay? If it's below this, students won't see it. So they won't be able to click on it in your course. Okay? So we're assuming that you've done this and you were successful. All right? Everyone with me? Okay, so let's click on Zoom, the system.
What if we don't have it yet?
So what do you mean you don't have it?
Like I don't see the...
You don't see this?
Yeah, so you go to the courses. Okay.
Go to your course. Click on one of your courses and this will show up.
Okay.
Then go to settings. It should be there.
Okay.
Now go to navigation. Got it? Okay, you have to drag it up. up to the top part of there. It doesn't matter where you put it, just above that line, and then go down and scroll down and click save, or it'll fall back down. Okay?
So I'm in navigation, but I don't see Zoom.
Okay, we have people that will help you, okay? Because what we want to try to do is get you in there and familiar with it. So then any individual questions, we're going to need to wait. All right? So once you click on Zoom, it's going to send you an email to your Outlook. And from there, there are specific steps that you need to take. I'm not going to take the time to go through that. It's very self-explanatory, and you should be able to do that, okay? So I'm assuming now that you've gone in, you've got a Zoom account, you've created your account, and now we're gonna go into Zoom so I can show you what features Zoom has that you can use, okay? Okay, so once you're in Zoom, those that have an MST account, once you go in, you're going to get this. Once you click on Zoom US System, you're going to get this warning, right? All right. What you're needing now to do is go in and convert from MST to the UM system. So you're going to do that by clicking this link. You're going to sign in. Everybody get my password? You saw it? Okay. So this is the next thing you're going to see. Sign into your current account. Actually, it says, okay, so you're going to switch into your current account. So this is Zoom. Okay, everybody see that? Okay, in Zoom, you've got 3 things that you can do. You can schedule a meeting, join a meeting, which is what your students will do, and then you can host a meeting, all right? I'm gonna take you through each one of these to show you what you can do. So schedule a meeting. Okay, so here it gives you the opportunity to schedule a meeting on a reoccurring basis if you want, okay? So let's say you're doing office hours and you want to schedule it for, let's say, 10:30. So you can go in and schedule that. And then at 10:30, you go in and Zoom automatically pops up and you can have your online office hours with your students, right? Okay. They may need, and I'll get to this in a minute, but they may need a password or a code to get in there. So I will show you how to do that. Okay, the other thing is to join a meeting, which it will go from here and you'll just join. Okay, the next is to host a meeting. As you see, there are 3 options: with video, off, with video on, and then screen share only. We're going to do with video on. Now, your students, the first time they go into Zoom, they're going to have to download a small file, and it's going to be an executable file so that they can link into your Zoom meeting, all right? So I'm going to open the Zoom meeting. And now we are, okay, I'm going to test, so you can test the speakers and the microphone, and you can join through the computer audio, which is what we're going to do. From this, you can invite your students. Okay, if you do that, then it'll tell you, give your default email. You can use Gmail or so on and so forth, okay? You can copy the URL. And it'll be and then you can pull up your email and you can send that out to your students. The best way to do that will be through Canvas on the left-hand side, inbox. And you can do a new email to all your students in your class. And it'll go out with that link, okay? So let me show you, once we're in here and we are streaming, because we're currently streaming live, you've got several options. You can mute, you can stop the video, you can put a picture in there so that students see your face. You can leave it blank. If you leave it blank, it's probably going to put your name in there so they know who's talking at the time. So I'm going to go ahead and do the video. You can, again, invite others that weren't able to come. You can manage personnel that are in there. And currently we have roughly about 8 to 10 that are online watching the same streaming as we're speaking here. You can share. There's other options here too. So you can share with multiple participants. So if you're doing online office hours and they have a question, you can have them share their screen and show what the question is, and then you can talk about it. All right, that's an option. I'm gonna get rid of that. There's chat. So everybody that's in the room, you will see them here and they can provide a chat for any questions. So that is a way to do it, okay? There are more options here. So if you are doing a lecture and you can, as this says, you can record it, I believe, and you can correct me on this, Levi, it's going to record to the cloud.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So that's key to know, because if you record it to the computer, then to find that video, you're going to have to use that same computer, which is not a problem if you're going to use a laptop. All right. But if you're bouncing around on campus on the different computers, you won't be able to find that until you get back to that computer. Okay. Once you're done, and let's say we're recording this, all right, and I'll show you, let's see, the recording. So you would click on here and you would record, and there will be a red button, you click on that, you can stop it, pause it, so on and so forth. But once you're done, you would just click in the message, or in the meeting, and that gets you out of Zoom, just like this. In the meeting for all, leave the meeting. Then you can get out. Okay? Bare bones, real quick. So why would you use Zoom? Office hours would be one. Or let's say you would like to do this synchronous at the same time as your classes are happening when you are on campus. Let's say I have a class at 8 o'clock in the morning. And so you want to continue to hold that. You might want to use Zoom and hold it synchronously and have your students come in and join a Zoom meeting at the same time, okay? Everyone in this room has a pro account. To get to that pro account, you go through Canvas, okay? If you don't have access to Canvas, for instance, staff, then you could go to umsystem.zoom.us and create your account, okay? So that's two ways to get to Zoom, the Zoom features, all right? Too much? Question?
So, let's say I'm teaching a course, the students are automatically signed in into Zoom once I open the Zoom account, so I don't have to add each and every student when I'm teaching.
Yes. When they click join, they will join in the Zoom session and they will show up here, depending on if you have them, if they're doing video, then you'll see their face. If they just have their name or picture, then you'll also see that, right?
And the second question is, let's say I'm teaching on the board. Can I just keep my Zoom so that shows the screen board? Because I may not be using my slides, I'll be teaching on the board. That's what I do normally.
Okay. So if you're trying to teach on a whiteboard with Zoom and a webcam, the quality is not going to be very good, right? So the best thing to do in that particular case would be use slides, PowerPoint or Google Slides so that later you can push that to your students in Canvas and they have that. They have the recording, okay? I'm not saying you can't do that. Best practice is you don't do that. So we're having to change the way we are totally thinking about a lot of people on campus on how they teach. Teaching on the board is going to be a little bit more difficult. Yes, and I'll get with you.
Can we use a tablet and a stylus like we do distance?
Yes,
Here?
yes,
Related to what you were saying,
correct.
I've done that before, it's a mess. It's extremely difficult for students to see. I had the best HD, actually did it in this room. I would set it up right there and they couldn't see.
Correct.
It's very, very hard.
There are techniques, but I don't want to go into those today. Right now, we have an open session at 1 o'clock. We can answer those questions. And it looks like if you can get together, I think you can work that out. And she can help understand. And then we can talk about technology aspects, okay? Oh, same?
So before every class, do I need to send an email, a separate invitation? Or once I do it, is it automatically, will they go to the same website and, because, we're going to do this for several weeks.
Sure. So you can set it up on a reoccurring basis. Remember I said set up that meeting? Okay, schedule a meeting. You can set it so it goes to the exact same one every time at that specific time.
Yeah, but then following that up, you said we need to send an email to the class.
For the very first time.
But the very first time,
Right.
the next time, they're just going to give them the same link.
That's correct.
Yeah, so they're going to ask questions.
So the best way to handle that would be put an announcement in Canvas that says this is the link to our online office hours or the class, okay?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, I have a couple of questions. First, why are audio options not enabled? So it requires us to make it available both by phone and computer. I think some faculty might prefer that the students only use a computer because of various reasons.
You can't require that.
You can't because it's graded out.
Technology access is important. You can't require only computer use. They can use it whatever they have.
Over the weekend, I had problems at first, and some of you might have that.
Okay.
Because not only was audio grayed out and unavailable because it said it was disabled by administrator, but video as well. And so I couldn't change the settings from off.
Okay, so let's,
Now it's working for me. So
Okay.
I just want to let you know, some people may have that problem.
okay,
The next question I have is I tried to add while you were talking the event to my calendar, but got an error message, and I don't know why.
okay,
It says access restricted, no privilege to do this action.
okay. So on that particular case, can we talk about afterwards? Because we'd have to get into and look at your account and that type of stuff.
So if we save on local computer, can we control the save location?
Yes, I think so.
Jeff, can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
I pulled the Zoom system into my folder, and when I double click it, nothing happens.
Are you in your course?
No, I am in my course. I went to settings and pulled the Zoom system to the upper folder, and
Yeah.
I can see it there. But when I double click it, nothing happens.
Did you drag it completely up by your, let's say, your home page?
Yes, I did.
And then did you save it?
I did not save.
Okay, then it went right back down to where it was at the beginning. So you'll have to scroll back down. Once you pull it up above that line, scroll back down and save. And
Okay,
then
I
you
saved-
should see your course.
Okay, I saved it.
Okay?
Still nothing happens.
Still nothing happens. Okay, so if you will send me an email and we can work through that, okay?
Okay, I will do
All right.
that.
Do you have my email address?
Yes, I will.
Awesome. Okay. Any other questions? I know this is real bare bones. We're just trying to get you familiar with the tools today. And this afternoon at 1, we'll answer some of these individual questions, okay? Yes, in the back.
Can you show, you probably showed this when I was downloading things, but how do you get, I have the Zoom thing all in hand, but how do I invite students or tell them that it's gonna happen?
So if you probably weren't watching, so I should now, nope, still goes. Okay, so when you host a meeting, and let's do video off this time. Here is a location where you can invite others, right here. And then you can copy a URL, and I would recommend you copy that URL and put it in an announcement so that you can use that same URL every time when you are doing, let's say, you might want one for office hours and you might want one for class hours. Okay? Yes.
I have two questions. The first, what's the difference between schedule a meeting and host a meeting? Is schedule for the future? And
Yes,
right now?
exactly.
Okay.
So you can, go ahead.
If you wanted to schedule your meeting or schedule your class for the next 2 weeks, you could go in and schedule 6 different meetings at the same time.
That's correct.
Okay. The second question is if you save save the video to the cloud,
Yes.
where does it go and how do students access that saved video in the future?
Okay, good question. So the question is, once you've recorded your session, okay, I want to caution you, if you are trying to save office hours, I would be very, very cautious about that, because if you and your student talk about grades or any FERPA related issues or items, you do not want that copied, right? So you have to be careful and be selective. But what you'll do is once it is downloaded, you recorded it, and then you stop the meeting, it's going to show that it's going to be downloaded into the cloud. Then you will need to go to umsystem.zoom.us. When you pull up, let me see if I can get there. Okay, so what you'll do is here, you have these upcoming meetings. Those are the ones that you've scheduled. So you have a personal meeting. And so upcoming meetings, I don't have any. So over here on the left-hand side, you will see recordings, but I don't see those.
It's actually in the canvas of Zoom.
Go here.
Zoom, yeah,
Go here.
yes.
Yeah, I think that's going to take me back where I was.
It's showing warning, but I can see my.
You can see yours. So what?
Not the video, but I can see the list of cloud meetings, recordings.
Right. Okay. Good. So I don't see that. I don't have that, do I? So let me work on that after and get with me at the 1 o'clock session. We can figure that out.
Question, when I click the Zoom on system, I had a message here saying that Zoom system is requesting action here. It says authorize and action.
Yes.
Just say authorize.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Okay. Any other quick questions? Yes.
So when we schedule a given class, schedule a meeting in a given class or office hours, is that meeting available from any Canvas class that we teach?
No.
Okay.
It's specific.
Office hours should be scheduled some other way besides Canvas.
Say that.
They're not tied to a class. Anybody can walk in,
anyone in your class.
in any of my classes. If I schedule it in one class, it's not available to the students in another class.
That's correct.
So I have to schedule separate office hours in each of them, and I have to watch multiple monitors or whatever in case they come in, right? So it's more than one meeting for office hours.
For each class, is that what you?
It's different either different office hours and different times for different classes, or you watch multiple Zoom meetings for all your office hours for all your classes.
Okay, so the question is, when you set up a Zoom meeting, is it linking, or can anyone in your classes that has that link get to that meeting, even if they're outside of a different class? Okay, that's the question. I believe you have to set up your classroom and your office hours for each class separately, and they would be a different link for each of those different classes. Now, do you have something to add that I'm
Keep going with the classes, but
okay. You have the question. Okay.
Because I think all of us want to do advising next week on Zoom.
Okay. That's a great question.
Outside of
So can you do office hours and give office hours for all of your classes? Yes. That means that you will give one link to all of your classes if you want to do it that way. But again, if you're talking about grades for a student at a particular class, you got to be careful, because other classes or other students in the other classes will be in there, and that's a violation of FERPA.
Yeah, I handle that already.
Okay.
With office hours by appointment anyway.
Okay. All right. This is what we'd like to do, is at this point, I know you probably have a lot more questions, okay? But we want to give you the opportunity to flip with Panopto, okay? And in 30 minutes, you will rotate from there over to Canvas if you need to speak and understand how to use Canvas, okay?